Okay, and we are live. Boom. All right. So,
Oh, shakalaka.
no, but as always, to all of welcome to the Immersive Experience. As always, a podcast about you, for you, from you. I'm your guy, Desi Lou, and tonight we are talking about beyond words, the power of intention and actions. And I want to read you the introduction. So, welcome to another episode of the Immersive Experience, where we delve deep into the realms of self development, spirituality, and personal growth. Today, we explore a profound truth. Words alone are a hollow currency. While intentions are the seeds of change, without actions, they remain mere whispers in the wind. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, but it is through our actions that we solidify our words and intentions, transforming them into tangible realities. Join us tonight as we unravel the intricate dance between intentions and actions and discover how to align them to create a life of authenticity and purpose. So, and I just want to let you guys know that if you are watching the replay, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. And I am going to let Mental introduce himself and give you all of his platforms so you know where to follow him and subscribe and make sure you listen.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Mental, Overstanding Darkness. My first book. You can catch me on Facebook, Overstanding Darkness, YouTube, Overstanding Darkness. Catch my channel Sundays. We're switching to Saturdays. So we're gonna do a switch from Sundays to Saturdays around the same time. I also have my new book coming out, Cosmic Awareness. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you what's going on when you die, where you go where you go, everything. Everything that I got, I'm just unloading in this cosmic awareness to bring you that understanding so that you now fully understand what's going on out here in the physical.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mental. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. It's always I always enjoy you, to say the least. Because you have a lot of knowledge. And so tonight I was telling
Thank
you
you.
that I
Thank you.
wanted you no problem. I love partaking in your wisdom. I wanted you to be here because I want to discuss words. So there is something that I have been seeing a lot of, and hear me,
Hmm.
because I not to say that words
Well,
have no power, or words have no um or anything of what people would try to make it seem like. But for all intents and purposes, it was a thing, a person who
wonderful.
had made a status, and the status was, if you still say good morning, you are spiritually dead.
Ah, I mean,
I
I
get where they
understand what they're talking about because good morning actually means you're happy being mourning. Mourning means sad. You know what I'm saying? Like someone is death. You're in the death phase. I can understand that only because what they were saying is, do words actually have power? Which is yes. What are words? Words are spells. That's why when you put letters together, they call it spelling. All right. So words are actually spells. Now, once you become conscious and you've activated the inner you, that inner side, that higher self, that God in you, that nine ether being, once you've activated the inner you can use words and be with the rest of the people. But every time you say the word, you know what you're saying. You're like, yeah, ain't no good morning, but go ahead, whatever.
this
Good
your
morning.
vernacular, this how you talk, this how you speak. I'm a person of grace. I'm gonna meet you where you at every single time. But
But I try to be honest with you. I do actually say grand rising. They'll say good morning. I'd be like, grand rising, bro. Glad you made it up another
say
day,
that
bro. You
to
woke up.
I say that to people, and most times it ain't even that. It's more of like peace or something of that nature.
Peace,
I
peace,
don't
love.
get into
Yeah.
I don't want to get into nobody's semantics. I don't really care. Like I stated, I believe words have power, but I think it still goes back into in my mentality, it's a thing of what I allow to have power over me. So like you could come to me and you could tell me something and you could say, oh, Desiree, you could predict my future. You know what I'm saying? But if I go out and I'm proactive about whatever you're talking about, I can change the narrative. So it's not to say that just because somebody says something to you that it has to be set in stone.
Facts. I agree with you.
So, and that's why I guess the whole like, because for me, and maybe you can attest to this, but before there were words, what was there?
Thoughts.
You
Straight
feel me?
telecommunication.
That's it.
Okay.
And we are
But you got to remember, for words to really have power, to really they put it into the morn day or Monday or good morning and all these different reasons they do that is because they know the masses aren't conscious. They're zombies. They're sheep. They go
yeah.
by what looks good, feels good, tastes good, sounds good, smells good. They're easily controlled. Their power is easily harnessed. So they give them these words, good morning, good morning. And every time they say them, they say these words, a little bit of energy gets taken. You don't feel it. Remember, we're not in the world that we're fighting against machine guns and tanks. We're really fighting against principalities and mental powers
In high
that
places.
have, you know what I'm saying?
And principalities, because this is something that I really be wanting to break down to people, because principalities are people who govern territories. So like, this is like if let's say a dominion of earth is like a territory or something like that. So what has territory in your mind, basically? That would be what your principality is. These would be your beliefs. This would be your belief systems. These would be your whatever it is, your social constructs that you abide by. What mental always say would look good, feel good, sound good, smell good, taste good. These would be what you would be held back by. These what you wouldn't
Right.
be able to
The
cross
sugar.
because of your fear of losing something that you're used to. So to go without, if people, somebody had asked me, because I did a thing to know me for like a month, and somebody asked me, they was like, did you go through withdrawals? And I was like, no, I ain't had no withdrawals. I was like, I don't, I guess I've never seen me in a sense as like addicted to something. There's a drug that I could say that I'm addicted to, but like me in a sense to say like I've always been able to have that discipline to say, oh, okay, we want to stop it, then let's stop it. So I don't think
Change
it's
your
that.
mind that the body must follow.
Yeah, but like that's what I always say, that you first must make your mind aware of itself. And that's why I'm here to tell you that words alone are a hollow currency. You cannot tell yourself that you are something and then your actions indeed do not follow in them. So you have to be able to stand on all fronts. So if you're gonna be impeccable with your word and you told somebody that you was gonna do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you only do something completely opposite of that, your actions don't align with your words. This would
Well,
make you
and
think
if your actions don't align with your words, that's where you get to saying your word ain't bond.
it's not. This make you
And if your
inconsistent.
once your word, when your word is bond, that means when you say things, you're authentic in what you're saying. You mean it, you're
Mhm.
saying it with a purpose, and you're saying it for a reason.
And this is what would allow you to start changing your vernacular. That's why I didn't want to say that good morning is simply makes you spiritually dead, but it is a teaching that is
Well,
in these things.
no one thing makes anyone spiritually dead. That's
And
an
that is
absurd
what
statement. That's just crazy. All right, let's be real. That's just
that's what
crazy.
I would say.
All
But
right.
there's always room for improvement. There's always room to improve your
I don't
vocabulary.
know, but
There's
if you're
always room.
spiritual enough, you can say every spell word, good morning, and everything else, and it won't have an effect on you
Won't.
because you're spiritual. That's the whole shield.
Yeah.
That's what people don't get.
That's what I'm trying to
Because
tell
you're
people, mental.
spiritual. So go ahead.
That's why I wanted to talk to you, because I knew you would understand where I was coming from. Because, like, to me, I get that because for me, it's a thing of like semantics for me. You understand what I'm saying? So people have their, and I don't think that's, and people don't deem that as like closing spirituality off, but that's a way to close somebody's spirituality off. It becomes very much so rigorous, like religion, which
Right.
this is not what we're trying to do. We don't want to scare
So
somebody off by making them believe, oh, you're judging them. You're telling
no,
them you're
no,
spiritually
no.
dead
What
now.
I tell all religious people is I come with the ultimate news for you. The best
Yeah,
news you could ever hear in your life. And you know what it is?
the truth.
You believe in Jesus? He's in you. You believe in God? He's in you. You believe in Allah? It's in you. You believe in Muhammad? It's in you. Buddha, all that is energy, baby. It ain't got nothing to do with
And now
people.
this is the thing that
Nothing.
this is what I want to
Christ
bring
is
to
a
people.
title. It's
And
not
you
a
tell me
person.
what you
Okay.
right.
And I
I
try to
agree.
tell people, but they only go by what they've heard, or what they've
Yeah,
seen of what they've
what they've been
liked,
taught,
because no
what
one
you've been
chose to be
programmed.
any religion. What they've been programmed. No one chose to be a Christian. We was Christians because our parents were Christians. They were Christians because their parents were Christians.
Yeah,
Let's not get it twisted.
yeah,
If we were in South America, we'd be Eurasia. All right, let's not get it messed up. No one makes the choice. The whole religious motif is a trapping. It keeps you locked into one way of thought, and it doesn't release you. If anything that you are studying is not open ended, meaning there is no ceiling,
hey,
then
yeah,
you need to
because
get out
that's
of that.
what spirituality is.
You
Ain't
need
no
to get out
cap.
of that.
This the infinite.
Right.
Yeah,
Infinite and eternal. So if it
hey,
has a ceiling, you need to get away from it as fast as possible. If it says you can only do this or only be that or only, get out of it. That's not what you need.
yeah.
Not
I think
now.
this goes to what you've been teaching on, even with the book of Enoch, and how I always, not the book of Enoch, but the book of knowledge, the 64 keys.
Hmm.
Even with you writing your book and everything, all of this tie directly into like all of those things. And for me, it's just to be able to expand yourself, to expand
Mental
yourself as the
expansion.
universe had to expand itself, not only
Facts.
to see yourself as one thing, but to see yourself as all things at all times, always, because you could be anything that you wanted to be because you're infinite. That is what you are. So if
That's
you
a great
embody the
analogy.
words are cool. When you understand who you are, words become
Right.
a tool that you use to manifest or do whatever you need to do within this realm where we are now to make your life what you need to make it. So you have to understand who you are first to utilize words correctly. And this is why, and that is how we get stuck in those ceilings. This is how we get. Did you hear the
But see, but it's the opposite of it. What he was more, or she was talking about, or he, whoever it was talking about how most people say, not us, but most people just say good morning for the sake of, oh, that's what we do.
it's a
Top of the
social
morning to
construct.
you. Top,
This
good
is what we
morning.
have
You
been
know what
taught.
I'm saying? It's the
Yeah,
programming.
exactly. A social
Good night.
construct. That's what we know.
That's what you know.
Yeah. Even being what they teach you in school, they teach you to go. You read a book. They groom you
Look,
for their
we go
society.
through the
That's
what?
what.
The weekdays. What? The weekdays? They're making us weak while we go through the days, or the weekend. All those are words and spells that we say all the time to ourselves. Oh, there's hundreds of them. The whole English language is mixed with them.
Yeah. What was? It's a video that you sent over, and I was actually able to watch it.
Yep.
The other two you sent over, it was just talking about something like this, and I can't remember who the guy was.
I can't remember. I so many videos. I be coming across stuff and I be like, one dude I just got on to do. I sent you. I don't know if I put it on. It's on my Facebook on my bad, y'all. Spiritually living. No, what is it? Spiritually living. That's my other Facebook channel where I put all my my broadcasts, my clips, my videos. It ain't nothing but packed with knowledge. That's all is there. Nothing else about what's going on, who we are as being black people with 9 of hair growing to the sun, and understanding what our place is, where we come from, not what we have been told.
Yeah. And that's how
Stuff
you
that
move
fits
beyond
us.
words. That's how
Right.
you move beyond them words. Get
You got
up
to get
out
to
of
that inner spirit of truth. If
yeah.
you don't know, all of us have a spirit of truth in us, an inner spirit of truth that talks to us and gives us nothing but God advice. That's it. Like the God in you. That spirit of truth would represent that voice of God, and it only tells you what to do right. But you don't listen. We
Yeah.
don't listen. Well, no, you don't listen. I listen.
Hey, you
I
hear me
enhance it.
now?
Nigga, I try to make it a loud voice
I
so
need
I
it.
know. That's why I'm
It's,
in the realm of knowing. Most people are still believing.
so I want
You
to bring
can't
up.
believe and know at the same time.
I want to bring up something else that
Mhm.
that has happened to me this week. So somebody had told me that they said to me, they said that they don't think that I believe that the subconsciousness exists. And I said, well, I said, I don't know why you think that. I told them my first podcast was about the subconsciousness and how I was locked out of it. So like how how we only have how you only have spurts of being able to access your subconsciousness with awareness instead of it just being something that seeps into your brain unawarely or whatever. This is what they, so
It's like exercise to the body. If you ain't exercising that inner you, that inner spirit, that inner mind, and communicating and exercising that pineal gland, making it run a mile, doing some push ups and sit ups to get fit,
absolutely.
it ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Hello.
The spirit realm is a lot like the physical realm in that it takes effort for shit to happen.
That's how you combat entropy. Hello.
Facts. Thank you.
Hello.
That's
That's the
how
only
you
way to
combat
do
the
it.
entropy.
Much effort must be exerted to combat it.
Much effort.
You
Don't
feel
get
me?
it
Because
twisted.
if you let it spiral out of control, it's gonna do exactly that. Trust
The
me.
problem is in the beginning, you really don't see the return. In fact, you get the opposite. People will say, "Why are you reading these books? Why are you leaving the church? Why you over there? You be by yourself all the time. You ain't going to the club with us no more. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that." Why you think they say that? Because they're recognizing that you are getting into you, not
Mm-hmm.
them, not the world, not food, not drinks, not television. You. And you are good enough for you that you can sit there and it takes time to get into you. All you do is go deeper and deeper into yourself until guess what? You find yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And this is why I've been telling people a lot these days is that when I went looking for myself, I found God. And when I went looking for God, I found me. So like y'all
There it is.
interchangeable, one in the same. Like I don't know who you think you is, but I'm here to tell you who you actually is. Like let me and when you start moving with intention and with much all this effort you say you putting out, what your goal is, then y'all be coming up with all these excuses and here goes some more spells for you because this what the Bible talk about. So as a man
See,
thinketh,
and,
so
and
shall
that's
he
another
be.
thing. It like Bobby Hammett, Brother Panic used to say,
Yeah,
half the spells they got out there now are worthless. All right.
yeah,
The only magic that is good is the magic that you and your spirit come up with.
that's
That's the
right.
new power. It's individualized now.
It
It ain't
is.
for the public. Like what they say, the revolution will not be televised. Why? Because the spiritual gifts will be given to the ones that know how to use it and know how to
Yeah,
spread them. It's going to be an
yeah.
unseen conscious change. I seen another video today. A damn bear was actually waving down people on the highway, waving his hand like I need help. One person stopped. The bear slowly went up to the car like it was begging and walked them to the place where they had its cub was stuck in the mud and it was stuck like it was drowning, like quicksand, and it couldn't get out.
Mm,
So you telling me right now that animals across the planet are becoming more enlightened, more intelligent, more communicative with us, the highest of the species of animal, okay? They're getting more and we ain't getting better.
right.
Our skills ain't getting, our spiritual strength and gifts ain't turning on.
Mm.
Come on, y'all. Y'all been into the wrong stuff. Get into the realm of knowing. Knowing is inside. Truth is inside. Infinite and eternal inside. Everything you've been looking for is on the inside of you. It has nothing to do with what's outside. Everything that you see outside of you is an indication of what's going on the inner you. Everything.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And the more you
I'm telling
love,
you.
the more you can see. You can be aware. You can be conscious. Love means those three things: awareness, consciousness, and knowing.
Yeah.
That's love.
But
Capital L love.
you separated yourself from yourself with words. However, your actions not who your words say that you is. So that's what I always tell people, that the first sin was separation. Love is what's gonna pull you back together. Because what you
That
think is bad is something that's it's a gem inside of that. Or what you deem or what the world deems is bad is something that you can get out of that. And I always think that this goes back into what you was trying to say, mental.
no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Oh, I was gonna say this always go back into the teachings of just understanding who you are as a person, your backstory. Because when you, and not just your backstory is in the life that you've lived, no, the life that the people who came before you lived as well. So because, and this is why you have access to all of the information. This is why you have all of the answers. It's because of what's in your blood. It's because of what runs. That's why they tell you that the blood still works. Your blood is
Well,
alive. You think
the
it's just
blood,
carrying?
your consciousness is in the blood. Don't get it twisted. It's
What'd you
in the
say?
blood. Your
What
consciousness is in the blood.
your
Okay?
consciousness is in your. I could see that. Did you see the? I don't know if you saw the photo for tonight. So it on the hand it says moving beyond words. On the hand it's a bunch of ancestors
Uh-huh.
running through the blood. They like veins running through the
Running through
bloodline.
the veins.
So
Well, you know why?
yeah,
What you were symbolizing is what people don't realize. When your mother dies, grandmother, all them people that died, the people that you love, they go to live in you. We are the temple. We are the God. Down here, we are in a shadow form of ourselves. In fact,
yeah,
the physical body represents the death of the spirit and the soul. Okay? We're in death right now. When we leave the physical body and we free ourselves from the meat suit, we go back to our original habitat.
that's
And
right.
that's
And
not even
that's
saying
well,
like, no, I was just gonna say that's not even saying uh 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 um this phase or that phase, beyond all phases, beyond
yeah,
all
back to
life,
the infinite. Back to the
back to the
infinite. Because if
infinite
you go
and
this,
the eternal.
I this what brother Panic was saying. Brother Panic had said something similar to this, very similar to this. He was talking about how to leave forever, and he was talking about
Yeah.
how he used to wish to be like a
Hmm.
fifth dimensional being, and then he was like, "Nah, f that. I don't want to be no fifth dimensional being because that
Right.
caps me. I'm only stuck in the fifth dimension.
I
I
want to
if
go
I want
home.
I don't want to be stuck nowhere. I want to go home." That's what he
I
said.
want
And
to
I was
go
like, "You need
home.
to figure out how to get the fuck home."
The,
I'm talking
and
about
you
like,
know the miracle is that he knew he wasn't home. Even when he got
yeah,
off the earth, he still knew. This is the power
yeah.
of knowing, my love. He
Yeah,
still knew he wasn't home. I want to go all the way back. I'm a nine ether
yeah,
being. I represent ether, the small dark spaces and the gaps in light so light can exist.
yeah.
So when I go
Yeah.
home, I'm going back to the darkness that we think in, back to the darkness that babies are born in, back to the
Did you
darkness
ever
of where everything happens that enter us.
did you ever get to watch that video that Jazz had sent over?
Yeah, I watched some of it, most of it
They
anyway.
named in that book, they talked about how nuns got their name. And it came from the primordial noon, which was still NUN, but it was not, it's which is chaos, the beginning of darkness, where we all
Hmm.
come from, where we all cycle through. And so
Not
they were
all of
saying
us, but
that,
go ahead.
oh well, I got what you saying. But we talking
See,
about
and that's not
you
a
see who
slight to
on here,
anyone else. It's a recognition of who we are. We're
the
an
primordial.
individual race that is different from all other races on the planet Earth. And I'm not afraid to say it. I know who I am now. Shit, I don't give a
Absolutely.
damn if you feel bad because you ain't where I'm at. All this time you made us to be what? Monkeys, slaves, mixed with this, the worst of the worst, lazy. Come to find out, you've been praising us and worshiping us the whole goddamn time because you know we were the first Japanese, Chinese, Rome, European, Roman, Greek, you name it. Okay?
Yeah.
So we done come 360 now. We know you got anyone that is of the Caucasian race, nothing wrong with Caucasians, nothing wrong with white people. I'm just saying you've only had about 1,000 years of real history. We've been on this thing for millions of years.
Hmm.
That's a fact. That's not even
Yeah.
debatable.
Yes. That's the video? You sent me that video too?
It's a fact. It's
Is
not
this
even
the
debatable.
video? I was like, I just watched
Dr.
this video.
Doohickey Hennerky, he dated the black woman. He found a black
Yes.
woman sarcophagus and dated it, and he could only go back 1,000,000 years because they didn't have the equipment to go back any further.
Yeah. He
So
even
what are we
had he
talking
was
about?
talking about how he walked from Asia, then he walked to Africa, how they walked from, yes, I just yes. That's why I
Then
be
he was
telling
like,
y'all when
they were
y'all be
40
sending them
days and
videos.
40 nights. And then when he looked on the map, wait a minute, that's a 2-day trip.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Nah,
what I'm saying?
for
So
real.
the problem is we've been lied to. Lied in the
Tremendous.
utmost degree. Elementary school, high school, college, one big indoctrination, lie, programming, so you think what the European thinks. Or
And that's why
you,
it's
you can't
important.
think of who you are and what really happened. You're going by his story, not history.
Take, that's why you got to
Okay?
take these words
Not
up off you.
history. His
Take what
story.
they done written in the history books up off you. Take that Bible that you believe up
No,
off
you
you.
have to
You
study other things than what they're giving you. They will never, anyone that is
take it.
oppressing you will never give you anything to stop their oppression.
Take
They're
it
not going
off.
to teach you it. They're not going to put it on television. They're not going to put it in your music. They're not going to put it in anywhere, news, paper, nowhere, because they're trying to oppress you.
I
So
just
when I
made.
say go get the Book of Enoch, go get the sixth, go get
I ain't
the
had
Metu
nobody like
Netter,
you in my
you know what I'm
life.
saying? What you
I
say?
didn't have that. I didn't have a person telling me to go get these books. I ain't had nobody. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something that most people won't tell you because this is what most people don't. I'm a researcher. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm
Mm,
reading the Bible, and it's the Bible for me, it's a point of reference. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's people.
mhm.
What I was watching a podcast today, and they were saying, "Oh, you worship a book," and I can wholeheartedly agree that some people worship a book. And the thing
Well,
is, it's
think
a
about
thing.
it. If you go to college, how many books do you read in just one semester? But you're
A lot.
telling me the Bible is so thick, so important, so controversial, so deep that I can't read through it. In fact, if you actually try to read the Bible back from cover to cover, the shit is ridiculous. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, and it's got but you know what? Hold on, because this is what I'm gonna say to you. Because I was thinking about this. There's a lineage in the Bible that dates back to God. The person at the head of it was God, which means would that mean that God originally had a bloodline, a
See?
physical bloodline?
And I'm gonna blow your mind even further. Stop saying God and say there was a goddess at the
No,
beginning that
well, I'm
shared
saying
her DNA. No, listen, that made physical beings or existence in the physical possible.
this
A
was
black
somebody else was
goddess.
just telling me that the book of Genesis is talking about parthenogenesis. It's talking
It's
about the seven
the
day the
the
creation, the
genes of
cycle.
Isis.
Yes,
Genesis, the
I just read
genes
this.
of Isis. And Isis is what? That's a female deity. The
Yes,
whole creator, the
exactly.
whole book of Genesis is about a
Mhm.
female creating.
Yeah, I was just
Whole book.
reading. I was just reading that. I promise you, I was.
And
And
it
this
was
is
a
my
black
thing.
female.
And this
And
is
she
what I'm
had
telling you.
the first son, SUN/ON, where out of her
Where you
south
get the
gate.
sun. You got the moon cycle. This is the 28 cycles. These are the 28 months.
28-day
It's
cycle,
28
13 months.
exactly that you're supposed to have because it follows the woman's body. The woman
Well, the
body
reason they did that, not only does it follow your body, it follows the cycles of higher evolution. Remember,
and the
their whole
woman
thing is to get us not
indicates
in
that
tuned with our higher self, higher evolution. Okay, because
Yes.
when that happens, we can see the future. We can see the
Absolutely.
past vividly. We can know what will happen because in the spirit it's already happened. And this shit is ridiculous, bro. The gifts of the spirit are being poured in multitude, and motherfuckers got their umbrella up.
Yeah, they don't
Real
want
talk.
it.
They got their
Simple.
umbrella up. Like I don't even want all this goodness. I don't even want
But
it.
that's what I'm but this is my thing is because you have a lot of people who choose ignorance, who choose to stay. Me as I'm and this is what I'm telling you is I didn't have a person like you in my life. There was nobody who talked like you in my life. Even when I went to college, that I never had a person, and it didn't take me meeting you to get to be this person. You understand what I'm saying? Have
Mhm.
you instilled tons of things in me? Have you taught me tons of things? Absolutely. I think you are the one who taught me what occult sciences were. You and so like even just delving into it, even when I'm talking to Jazz and Jazz will call me, he's like, "Oh man, I just love the way they conveyed it." And I'm always telling Jazz, how about Jazz be probably tired of me? I'll be like, Jazz, this already knowledge, it's just being conveyed differently to you. This is something, this it's the way that they're speaking that makes you engage, that makes you feel like, oh my,
But
it
you got to
excites you.
remember, dear, I've been in this thing for 25 years. Before I even knew
Yeah.
about a Bobby Hemmett and a Brother Panic and a Brother Love and you know what I'm saying, and Seven Boma and all them brothers, I thought I was the
Yeah.
only one that even gave a damn about this stuff. Because everyone I talked to used to be like, niggas, you crazy?
They didn't know. They didn't
Tenfold.
know.
Tenfold.
They did
But
not
the
know.
time
I
comes
mean,
back around.
I'm in college telling people, listen, you Jesus. They be looking at me like, bitch, what you mean?
Or they're gonna think you
um,
crazy because they have no other reference but what they've been told. This is the problem with learning through your ears.
yeah,
There's no way to know if it's true.
absolutely.
Learning through your eyes, your eyes can be tricked. The hand
Yeah.
moves faster than the eye. That's magic.
That's
Hand
why
tricks, that's magic.
I learned through
The
patterns.
only way we get truth, love, is on the inner us, and that those higher principles, capital L truth, I mean capital T truth, capital L love,
Hell, love,
capital
passion.
I insight, that comes from the infinite and the eternal. Those are spiritual gifts. I'm starting to figure this shit out now. I was talking to someone. We was talking about someone. It's like, well, da da da. Well, I don't really go by what looks good, feels good, tastes good, sounds good. I go by the inner me, so I see shit different. Oh, well, have you ever experienced, and I asked, have you ever experienced your stomach hurting because it was shrinking and you were doing it on purpose
Yes.
through fasting? Not you, but I was asking, have you ever experienced that? No, well, I wouldn't do that. Da, da, da. Okay, so what are we talking about? The things I was actually saying, my whole body I have shaped into this spiritual thing.
Why
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
they
be
do
able
that?
to hold the knowledge of the Alaskan records, this infinite and eternal. Even the little bits that I get, don't get it twisted. I don't get a lot. It don't
Yeah.
take a lot. Okay, all you need is to touch it. Once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
But
You did.
to focus it, Bobby Hemmett, Brother Panic, both of them kind of died, sporadically. But now don't get it twisted. They knew a lot of stuff in the other world. So if they died in their sleep, they was like, let's roll, nigga. I ain't going back. It's over. Okay. But I like
Yeah.
to think that if their bodies were better, if the physical body was stronger, muscle, no fat,
Have
you know
more
what I'm
time.
saying? More
Yeah.
time. You got it, baby. You got it. You can have more time to do what you got to do. You can be used longer. Because don't get it twisted. Me and you are only being used by the higher spiritual powers that work
Absolutely.
through us. It ain't got nothing to do with us personally, this physical, mental, and this physical Desi. No, it's the energy that works through us that makes us us.
Absolutely.
Not me, not you,
What
us.
Erica Badu said, my power transcend all of this. And it's
All this,
really something like
all this.
I
All this
start
is an
wholeheartedly.
illusion. It's a
Yes,
projection of your mind. Everything is mental. When
it
you
is.
change your mind, you said it early. Well, you said, no, son, I ain't going to do this no more. And you said it in your mind and you stuck with it and you never did it again.
You can. Because
Everything is mental.
this a thing, this how I learned how to stop cycling. because it was a thing of me consistently asking. This the shadow work we always talk about, because this what you got to do. If you
The must.
consistently, you know what I'm saying? Because you will see that you creating an issue. You will be depressed about something that you causing on yourself. You will be depressed about something. If it was my it was always my thing to feel down on myself for being the bigger person or for being
Mhm.
the thing, but to be so lazy to never go and change it. You depressed because you're making yourself depressed. Well, you're not even working towards anything to do better with yourself. You're just sitting here saying, oh,
Right.
I wish I had a body like
Or
that, or
it's even
but you
worse.
go
They'll
and get it.
they'll give you a pill. They'll give you this. You can get lipo. You can get a tummy tuck. You can get a Brazilian lift. You can get take it from here and put it in your lip. This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
If you would have
I'm
told
a
me
this
when I
type
was
of
growing up
person.
in the
Give me a
70s,
chisel, give me a
you know
hammer,
what I'm
and we're
saying?
gonna put the work in. You feel me?
And,
Like, give
and
me,
the same
let me
women
sculpt
that get
myself.
all this stuff, done to their bodies, want this high powered man. And all he wants is a real woman.
And you know
What's
what? This
somebody
is so
real?
crazy. This this is the craziest thing that has ever happened to me. The type of men that I have attracted in the last past 2 years. First type of men I was attracting were the types who would always challenge my knowledge. I don't know, like, and I
Challenge
was
your
like,
what?
huh?
Challenge your what?
My knowledge.
Your knowledge. Okay, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear the knowledge part. Go ahead.
They wanted to go toe to toe with me for some odd reason. And all I kept thinking is, what is this teaching me? What is you like? What you
What's
what
the
I'm supposed to get
lesson?
from this? Because
Right.
why
What's
I
the
keep meeting these
lesson?
type of people? Why them? Why these type of
Mhm.
people? Why the people who want to assault me because of what I'm saying? Why the people who want to be so adamant about, no, that's wrong, this is what the Bible, this is what made me get interested in studying the Bible, because so many people kept trying to use the Bible against what I was saying. I was like, I need to know the Bible, because obviously it's something in there that I could probably
Have you ever seen the lectures from Dr. York?
know. But if you send them to me, I will have seen
Oh
them.
my God. He has 1,000 lectures, girl, and it's all on the Bible.
Oh,
All on the Bible.
yeah,
That was one of the first things. I was into Dr. York. Then I went for well, not I was in them all, but I was watching a bunch of Dr. York because he had he made the emerald tablets, the Melanite
okay.
scriptures, everything about being black and dark, like Clarence 13th X, the God bodies.
Okay.
Everything about that, he had it in an actual Bible. And it was called he called it the Emerald Tablets, but he just took a lot of different scriptures from a lot of different spots. The Gilgamesh Amish, that's not Noah, your flood story.
Okay.
Noah, Niphin Fistum. I know I ain't say it right, but that was the original name. Everything they've got, they stole from the Gnostics in
But
the
this is
Emerald
why
Tablet, and they just switched it, put it in their form, put it so they can. And that's why a lot of the Bible is actually good. It's just that the way people are using it,
there we
because
go.
they
But this
had to
is
put the
why
truth in it to
because
make
you
it what
can't
it is.
evade the truth. They obscured the truth. But if you reading, even in the words, even if you looking at the words, people. But this is the
Hypnotism
thing.
is one truth. No, three truths, one lie. That's how you
Yes.
hypnotize a person. Three
But then I
truths, one lie. And when you
I
hit
also
them with
want.
the three truths, the most people are gonna always hit you. So you say something that's subjective. You hit them with, "You're 37, yeah. You're black, yeah. Oh, you work at such and such, yeah. It's a nice day today." They'll 9 times out of day they're gonna say, "Yeah." They've been hypnotized just that quick, just that simple. Okay. And that's how they hit us when they go through telelive vision, music, all this bullshit. They got, especially with the scriptures, they got to put the truth in there, but they going to hide that shit. It's going to be behind 2 or 3 lies. Okay.
And this what
Before
all
you
of
can
that
get
was
to it.
talking about, because it's always that. Even that video, and this just take me right back to the video that Jazz had sent over to us, because it was talking about blood packs and how they had to sign. They do all of these things to keep the community in check. And listen, y'all, we all so
Same thing with the blood. industry, of the Hollywood industry, the music
Yeah.
industry. Why do you think
Yeah.
it's so important for these grown men to get bent over and done in the booty? Do you know your root chakra is there?
Well,
Okay,
Tyrese just talked
when
about this. He said that he
your
had got
root
bent over. He
chakra. So
just talked about this.
when you're getting bent over, you are actually giving them that energy. And
Well,
once
and
it's
that's why they
done,
talk
you're
about
tooken.
panda eyes, all of
Yup.
that. How you get the black eyes all up under here
The
and
root chakra. See,
everything.
and they don't know anything about it, but that's a spiritual thing. That's a total
Yeah.
control. Once they done that to you, they got you for life. You're gonna do whatever the fuck they want you to do.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
a prerequisite before you can be a superstar.
well,
Every superstar, actor, rapper, boom, 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 has had to give up something.
yeah, that's why they came out with that P. Diddy, yeah, Usher. It was so many people named
The whole Hollywood
that's been
industry,
abused
everybody coming out
together.
with it.
So
I've been knew it, but you can't
yeah,
tell
but
nobody
I
nothing.
think this is something that people, Brother Panic got the book. You can send it
Hollywood
over to us.
1 and 2,
It
part
talk
one
about
and
how
two.
they score
Yep.
people in the industry and everything. I think Cat
how
Williams
the
speak a
how
lot
the
to these
how the
types of people.
executive producer will come to you and invite you to his house, and if you do what he wants you to do, you'll have a nice role in the movies. Not just
Yeah,
one, maybe a few. Who knows?
yeah, yeah.
But
But
that's neither
I
here
think this
nor
go
there.
back. I think this always go back to what you kind of state is just walking in your truth. If you're gonna be authentic about something, be authentic about something. If you're gonna move and you state who you is, this is a knowing that I walk with all the time, and I had to
Right.
catch myself. The knowing is this: there is no good or bad. There is only identity. So tell me who you gonna be. Tell me what you gonna be, how you finna move, what you finna act like. Because the thing is what the
But
world
you
has
ain't even
given.
a person doesn't have to tell you, Des. They gonna show you.
They gonna
All you
show me.
gotta do is
I
let
say
them
this all
talk
the time.
and watch
I,
them, and you'll see everything. If they're with you treating you the best, but they're over here shitting on someone that doesn't have enough money to do something, or looks poor, or they on someone, how you think they gonna look at you? That's the same thing. They just with you right now.
but this how you
They,
give people power with their words. If somebody's sitting there telling you they love you, love is an action word. I don't know why you
oh,
put like
I didn't know
talking about
love is
me
a
like
verb. That's a verb. I
it's
thought it
a
was a noun.
it
It's a
needs some
verb.
action. It needs
Facts.
action. It
Love
takes
is a
action.
verb. Forgiveness is a verb.
Yes. And there's an
Loyalty is
action
a
that's supposed
verb.
to be behind that. The
Think about it.
intention is
Think about what
you
you just
move
said,
from
though.
intention.
It's a verb. If you're not actively doing it, you ain't got it.
You
Think
know,
about what you just said. It's a
I agree.
verb. If you ain't doing it, you
Yeah,
ain't got it.
at all. And
If
people
you
be
ain't
talking about, well,
forgiving,
what you mean? They could still love me. They say, oh, I tell them, if you tell a person had this, the same person who told me that, they don't think I don't think I got no subconscious.
uh-huh.
And the same person told me that if I tell you that I love you, I don't have to do anything. And I'm like, whoa. Like if you tell me you're absolutely right. You do not have to do
The
anything.
problem
But
is I have to tell you I love you. That's
well,
the
you
fucking
told
issue.
me. And
No,
yes,
that's the issue. If I loved you and you seen what I did for you every day and watched me, there shouldn't be no reason I have to say I love you because you see what I do for you.
and there should be no reason why I would doubt it because your actions will show exactly that.
So when I
I
do
don't,
say I love you, oh, I know, baby, you love me. I see what you do.
yes, you
Instead of,
understand what
oh,
I'm
what,
saying?
whatever. Not you, but women in
No,
general. This shit is crazy.
that has been me before because I'm gonna be 1,000% honest here because it's been guys that I have talked to, it's been guys that have been and they would tell me that they love me and I don't feel it. And I tell them guys like, listen, baby, my intuition ain't pressing me for nothing. It ain't love. You either need something from me, you looking for something from me. What is it? Because the fact that you giving me hollow words, baby, I'm okay. I don't need your love.
So
Whatever we here
what
for,
was the lesson?
what was the lesson? To move the fuck around? What don't if it don't align with you, if it's not flowing with you, then what we still
If they
entertaining it
said
for?
they loved you and you didn't feel shit, you know something, bro, I'm good. You know
Yes.
something, you have a good one. I'm straight. Nah, I don't even want, nah, I'm straight. I don't want to go nowhere
I'm
with you. I'm good. I'm
good.
straight. You see what I'm
I'm
saying?
good.
The spirit in you should have said, cut that nigga dry. Don't even give him
Yes.
dry.
But this what the thing is, and this is where we find that conflict with ourselves. This where we find where we
Facts.
start battling ourselves because the spirit is
Because you
telling you
want
exactly that. It's like, leave
companionship.
that motherfucker
You want to be
alone.
loved. I
Cut
know
that
what you're
shit
saying.
loose.
But
Yeah,
guess
and you
what?
sitting there like, oh no, I think we can make it work. I think, but
But
you
the
steady.
spirit is talking to you and it's saying, Desi, he can't love you like you want to be loved. He ain't capable. He
Hello,
can't do it.
you feel
Now,
me?
he can do something that looks like love and you may be satisfied for a brief minute, but it ain't going to
Yeah,
last. And every last woman has that voice and says, oh, yeah, this dude that just took you out to this fine restaurant, picked you up in this nice fancy car. Da, 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 da. He don't care or give a fuck about you.
yeah. He
And
sure
in
don't.
your mind, not only you, men too, in our mind, we be like, no, she loves me. I know she does. She giving me all the physical signs. But once again,
Yeah,
we're not inner beings. We should be inner standing everything. Nothing
yeah,
out here matters unless it goes by what's inside of us first.
yeah.
Nothing. That means not your kids, not your wife, nothing, not your life. Nothing should
But we
matter
gonna make
but what goes on the
excuses.
inner you.
You hit a sore spot where you said not your kids, because them mothers gonna be
Not your
like,
kid.
those
Because
are my
guess what?
kids.
If
They have
but
to
Desi,
come.
if you ain't right, your kids can't be right.
Hey, I
They
agree.
can't.
I agree
They
with
can't.
you. I promise you, I agree with you. I'm with
If
you.
you
Hey,
ain't right, your
listen,
kids cannot be right because they're going to be a reflection of you. So when I'm
people
saying
be
getting in
trying
you,
to.
but go ahead.
I was gonna say people be trying to shuck off their biggest responsibility because it contrary to popular belief. I don't care what the world gonna teach your kids. I don't care who, but it's up to you to show them the knowledge before it's time for them to get out there because you can equip them with so much. Y'all be and this what the Bible be talking about. So let me help you, you Bible fanatics. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Is to whoop their ass. It's to give them the lessons that they need. So when it's time for them to go out into the world, they got it. The stuff that you got inside of you that you know that it can work, the things that you don't even know that's inside of you that work, if you don't give it to your children, they're going to go out and make the exact same mistakes you did. Why? Because nobody ever gave it to you. And what you doing? You're choosing to continue the cycle by not giving it to
Mm.
your children.
So change the subject. You realize that spirit, me and the spirit was talking. You realize that there's starting to be a birth shortage.
Yes.
Certain races are not having babies anymore. In fact,
Yeah.
all races are diminished in their baby capacity.
Absolutely.
And guess why? On the spiritual sense, we're in the realm, we're in the last days and time where only the spiritual, the highly, highly spiritual, or the ones that's been here before can even be in this realm. We're in the
Yeah.
realm of the valley of the death of decision.
Yeah.
What's about to happen next is I don't care if you was a fallen Elohim down here or you're just a regular old person down here. You get to
Yeah.
make a choice. Do you want to go to the next level or you want to ride this shit on out? This physical shit on out.
Yeah.
You
You
understand what I'm
got
saying?
a conscious shift. It's that your consciousness gonna understand.
But
Listen, this finna fall away. You
but it's gonna
whatever you
still give you a chance if you want to stick with this meat suit. It's gonna get you want to
absolutely.
stick with the meat suit. We ain't gonna tell you
Let
you
me tell
can't.
you something. I'm
But
gonna
when
be
the
a
meat
thousand
suit is
percent honest with
gone,
you.
you're gone. But
I'll
go
be
ahead.
1,000% honest with you because I was telling somebody the other day. I was at the ocean. And I was telling somebody the other day, I have a strong urge to always want to disappear. Like when the wind blow, I be thinking I'm blowing away with the wind. I'm looking at the ocean like I just want to be the water. Like I just put put it, but that's how vast I feel at times. Like there's like to me, there's no cap to me. This limits me
There you go.
a lot.
You're open ended.
Yeah.
There's
So
no
my
there's no
this
ceiling.
stuff, this limits me. This is a limit. This is like, no, I can't. I'm so much bigger than just this body, this flesh of me. Like it's bigger than
And what
that.
that does, it
And
frees you. It frees you from the
boy,
flesh. Oh,
yeah.
look at this
How
dude
you
here.
feeling? How you feel?
Hey, hey, Miss Desi. What's up,
Hello,
Mental?
Jazz.
What's
What's
good,
happening?
Jazzy? You
Just
we way down the rabbit hole again.
I I
Way
be-
down the rabbit hole. You know
I
how we
believe
do.
it. I believe it. I believe it.
We win.
What's been going
Yeah.
on? I know I got a lot to catch up, so I'm gonna just listen.
Well, we started off with talking about words, and then we moved into how when you become the spiritual being that you are, then words we talk about how words, they're not that they necessarily fall away, but they just kind of like they what they is, and you use them in the manner that you know is necessary for you.
Okay.
So in this, and so we started talking. We brought up the video a few times. We talked about blood oaths a little bit. We
Mhm.
so yeah,
You
you
know
said
how we do.
we deep down the rabbit hole. No.
I already know when y'all get together. You know how we do.
Yeah, so we don't been a few places because we was talking about the first thing that I had asked him was I seen a status that said that if you say good morning, that means that you are spiritually dead. So to me, mental had already explained like, dang, as soon as you say that, that puts a spiritual cap on something. But
Mhm.
however, the understanding of knowing what words mean plays a part into how you basically develop yourself, how you know that your vernacular is going to go, or whatever the case may be, whatever you deem necessary to move to the next level in spirituality.
Mhm.
Spelling
That's what
words
we
or
did.
spells, putting words
Mhm.
together, spelling. You know, we went over that type stuff.
I like that though, Miss Desi. When you
Yeah, that's
say
what Mental was over
when you
here
say good
spitting. Mental
morning,
been giving a lot of
Mm.
knowledge. I'm just
his
over
book
We
here
coming out.
piggybacking off
we
of
have
Mental.
been
I'm
given.
not
He he he
mental. Oh, that's an encyclopedia over there.
he been revising that book, and we getting the
Who they
breakout
call the
sessions
great
off
big
of it.
book of everything. So
That's what they call Rod Hayes too. The walking encyclopedia.
oh yeah,
Yeah, when
That's
you
yeah,
the,
know what you
and I could
know,
believe that. I could believe that because he know everything. Even when the video you sent me, when he was going back, he was like, "Listen, you know why they say this? Back in 1967, the
he
Egyptians
know.
did A B C D E F G, and then the Europeans came over and took A B C D E F G and made it E F H, and that's how this
Mm-hmm.
happened." So,
Mental,
and that's
you
where
be
that
on that
word comes
same
from.
stuff too. That same stuff.
Huh?
I said we getting a lot of that from mental too. That same stuff.
Yeah,
He all he doing is
mental.
just
You're
showing off his
exactly on it.
what he
well,
got
you
going
gotta
on in his
remember
book.
though, bro. I done forgot most shit that niggas will ever know.
You showing off what you got coming in that book.
And when I bring out cosmic, you see, I done changed it from overstanding darkness now to cosmic awareness. I'm on the next
Yeah,
stage now. I done
yeah.
graduated, y'all. Congratulate me. I done graduated from overstanding darkness to cosmic awareness. Thank you,
There
people.
you
Thank you.
go.
Thank you. All my spirits are clapping for me. Thank you. Thank you, guys. It's a lot of them up there. 20 generations.
Miss Desi, I'm like I was so jealous when you were saying you was by the ocean.
Oh,
You know we ain't got no ocean up here. Not like
y'all
that.
need to get close, get near, listen.
Well,
Yeah.
she was saying she
You
was imagining she was by the ocean and in the wind and disappearing.
no,
Okay.
that be real. I be at the ocean feeling like
No, but
that.
I'm
Like,
saying
dang, I wish
it
I
was
could
it.
just turn off
Oh,
this
you were
phone.
at
When the
no. I thought
wind
you was
blow,
it was
I'm always outside. I love nature. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it put me so near to so much stuff because
so have
to
you read
me,
the Metu Netter? That's
yes.
nature. Oh, you read the whole book?
I know what that is. That's why I'll be out in nature. I got the
Okay,
actually
okay.
I was reading it. I was reading it earlier. I got it pulled up on my phone right now because I was reading it. I tell you no
I
lies.
wanted.
Like
Let's ask Jazzy. Jazzy, have you read your Netu
I can't
Netter?
hear you. Wait a minute. Wait, there's a breakup. I'm hearing digital breakup. I'm hearing noise.
I'm
Hey,
playing.
I'm
You
just
know
now
something?
getting.
Well, hold on, Jazzy. I am so happy. The spirit got me when I was young, and I could just read and read and read and read. And I mean, I had a fever, Jazzy. So don't get it twisted, y'all. I was foretold to do this. Everything that I'm doing now, I'm just really remembering. Every book that I read, I'm just remembering what I forgot. And it's the same with y'all. But the good thing is, I can sit there and be like, nah, I took Jazzy from a spot to another spot, and I thought to myself, God damn, this nigga is really getting this shit. He's moving. He's taking what took me 10 years. Now, mind you, it was 10 years by myself, me, myself, and I figuring shit out. But when you have another mind to bounce stuff off with, another spirit, what does it say in the scriptures? When two are there, I'm there also.
There I
So
am
two
in the
makes
midst.
three, two makes three, and that
Mhm.
Yeah.
third entity allowed Jazzy to accelerate. That's why I love the
Yeah.
spirit. It don't necessarily have to do what I did to get where I'm at. All you got to do is accept yourself. The inner truth.
Hello.
The truth is the
Let's talk
truth.
about it.
Okay? It don't care
Hello.
about nobody. Let's be real. It is what it
Let's
is.
be
It's a
real.
separate entity. You must get with it. It does not get with you. If you like lies, you like believing, you like thinking you like thinking Christopher Columbus discovered America, okay. You like thinking Jesus was born in December 25th, okay. All right. You like thinking that the millions of black slaves were taken over in a small boat over a 3 month trip, and you think you're going to keep them average. The boat alone would have took the water it would have took just to drink would have been 3 times more than the boat could carry. See, this is the science. If you want to believe that Moses parted the Red Sea, if you want to believe that Jonah was in the whale for 3 days, this is craziness. They get you with this stuff that defies science so that they can keep you trapped in their motif when you know it's
Yeah, to
not true.
keep you playing into their narrative. This what you said earlier. This how we keep you down. This how we keep a people in oppression, in
In
bondage,
oppression.
in a place
It's not a
to
physical, it's a
make
mental
money for me
oppression.
so I can keep succeeding. So I can keep doing the things I need to do. But I think I wanna because I wanna give you all this. The most important thing that you can do is to educate yourself, to give yourself the
Facts.
knowledge that you need so that you can do the things that you need to do within your spirituality, to transcend your principalities, to become more aware of this thing here, so you can become more aware of what you need. And everything inside of you gonna tell you exactly what you need. Like I could tell you, like I could feel so bad at one time, like I could feel bad, could have ate horrible, and my body craving something from the dirt. You feel me? Like you need some greens in your body. You need
Sugars.
some,
Nope.
girl, you
Call
eating
it
all
what it
this
is.
trash. What you
You need
doing?
some of them sugars. What looks good, feels good, tastes good, sounds good, smells good.
No,
And
I
so
don't.
this is the
My
good
body,
point, Miss Desi. When you
my
label it
body
like
so
that,
different.
when
It
you
be
label it
rejecting
like
some.
that, oh, go ahead. I was gonna say
Oh,
when
what you
you
was finna
label
say?
it like that, it makes it easy for you to overcome it. Oh, here come these sugars again. Yeah, I
Oh
smell I
no.
smell the sweetness from the Dunkin' Donuts or the Krispy Kreme or the coffee. Yeah, I smell that
See,
hamburger and fries or the
you label it like that. I be sitting there talking about some. Here comes self sabotage again. Here come inconsistency again. Here come you not finna make your goal again.
boom. But
What you
that's what I'm
talking about?
saying. That's the inner you responding to the physical you because the part of you that wants everything is this flesh. It's the meat suit. The meat suit needs food to eat. It needs shelter. It needs love. It actually
Mhm,
needs these things to survive. But the
mhm.
inner us does not. But the inner us can feed the meat suit without anything needed from the outside.
Yo, you know
That's what
what?
they don't tell you.
You know what's so funny is
You don't
that
even need food. Go ahead, Jazzy.
I was listening to Black Magic 363 today, and they had this lady on there, and she was talking about the avatar and talking about everything that you saying.
If
She
there
was
can
pretty.
be such a person as an airivore, meaning all they do is get sunlight and air, they documented that they don't even have a digestive system. This is the power of the mind. You become
Yes.
what
That's for sure.
you think you are. If you think you're
Mhm.
human, you're
So if a
human. If
man
you think you're
thinketh, so
animal,
shall he
you're an
be.
animal. Right.
What you
If
think
you
about
think you're a nine
all the
ether
time is
being,
what you are. How they say, you are what you think about all the time. Most of the time,
you
you are
are
what.
what you think you are.
Mhm.
So whatever you
Yeah.
think you to be. So if someone has convinced you to think you a tiger and you're a horse, you fucked up in the game. And that's black people. We
Yo,
think we're
Yeah.
this but we're not even that. We think we're humans, but we're not even humans. We don't have even no human DNA in us.
Yo, it's
Ain't
so
that some
funny.
shit? We
Yeah.
ain't got no
It,
DNA in us. The one nine ether hair that grows to the sun. We do not have human DNA. We have extraterrestrial DNA. They won't tell you that. Our pineal gland functions at a higher rate than any other race because we're the original. Our blood pressure is automatically higher because our glands and our organs are stronger than other people's glands and organs. That's why they harvest our organs all the time.
mhm.
They
Okay?
just
That's
trying
why
That's
to
we
why our
find
always
ways
body
to
parts
rip
experimenting
make
on
off,
us
them.
a
make
$12
you
million
better.
person. Dead, not alive,
That's why
dead. They
they
will
come to
harvest
the
everything in you.
HBCUs. That's why they come to the HBCUs. They came. I went to a HBCU. They came to us for our bone marrow. They said black people have a better chance of matching with
I
almost
can't make this shit
you
up, bro.
any
I'm
race.
telling you. We are
So
not even of this world. We were made in the skies and came down here. We didn't necessarily fall because we came willingly. So we
Mhm.
can't fall if we came willingly. Well, you can fall, but we came willingly. We knew
Hey,
exactly what we were doing when we came down here.
you know what's so funny is that
well,
I seen a uh like a clip, a video clip, and this lady was asking, she's like, please stop calling the animal patrol on her kid, right? And then the neighbors kept calling the animal control on her kid. And then they was like, when they finally came, it went on. I'm just paraphrasing.
Uh-huh.
And and so what happened? The lady, why they kept calling it on her kid, because her kid identifies as a cat, and he was outside
uh,
drinking milk out of the bowl.
Wait a minute.
Yo,
I know I just missed something now. Did you
yo,
just say her kid identified as a cat
yes.
and she allowed it to happen?
Yes. And
Okay.
so the neighbors was calling to go ahead, and they was calling
So, people, if this was a black family and the black kid was identifying as a cat, he would identify with that ass whipping that he kept getting, and I guarantee the cat attitude would turn back human
how about
pretty
this
damn
ass?
quick. Oh, that ass whipping would have came. Come
What?
on,
yo,
come on.
so
We don't
they
do
was
that.
they
We don't do that.
yo, I said, yo, but it goes back to what you said. What you think you are, you
What you
are.
think you are, you are.
You
And
know
any
what I'm
kid,
saying?
you ain't never seen kids mimic animals when they're really close and really young and they grew up with the animal. The animal eat out of the dog bowl, they'll go to eat out the dog bowl too. The animal lick the water, they'll go to lick the water too. Unless
Hmm.
someone, hopefully a parent, a guardian, will
Hmm.
let them know, no,
Corrects
baby, you're not
them
an animal. Right. You're not an
exactly
animal.
That's
because that's what
crazy, man.
correction is.
But that's knowledge itself. That's understanding what it is. They think the shit is funny.
No,
Oh, that's so funny. That's so cute. That's not cute.
that's not at all. That's
That's not
not at
cute.
all. That's kind of like embarrassing. That's really embarrassing that you're gonna go ahead and let
It's
your
They don't think
child.
so.
it's only embarrassing to us that know. To those that don't know, oh, let me get a picture. Do it again. You got to
And it
Ah,
goes,
remember, shit is
so
separating, Jasmine.
that child is gonna grow up knowing, you know what I'm saying, that he's
No,
a cat.
it'll grow up once its consciousness kicks in and be like, damn. I remember I used to eat out the bowl. Why my parents let me eat out the goddamn cat bowl or the dog bowl? Or like, shit, it'll come
y'all be
back to it.
surprised. That shit have turned into a fetish, and I'll be the mistress over there
Oh,
feeding them niggas
facts.
out of bowls. I don't know what the fuck
Ah,
y'all say. You want a bowl, sir? Eat this out this bowl.
all
What
of a
is you
sudden,
talking
she got
about?
a summer fetish.
I will exploit your trauma if that's what you want. If this your free will,
Yo,
give it here.
yo,
But
yo.
Be honest with you, isn't that life nowadays? Nigga, everybody exploiting everybody else's trauma.
Mhm,
We
absolutely.
see their trauma,
But
they see ours, and we both trying to exploit each other. This shit is
but
crazy.
mhm.
to me, when it comes to a person who want to act like a cat and they tell me, I just want you to take care of me and be my, let's do this. What you want me to do? Put a bowl out
You
for
gonna
you
do
like
that,
Pooh
Miss
Tang
Desi?
did that lady? I
You
Look,
got
gonna
you,
do
sir.
that?
I don't know.
You
Me
ain't gonna do
personally,
that.
I think I'm selfish.
You gonna do
I
that,
want
Miss Desi?
someone.
You gonna do that?
I feed cats all the time. You want to be a cat? Here go your dog. What you talking about? Like, look,
You gonna need him on all fours too.
I'm gonna put a leash on him and walk him. Baby, I don't
Oh,
know what. What
All
you?
right,
What
people,
you
that's
think you
another
is?
conversation for a whole nother
yo,
podcast. Miss
yo.
Desi
They
walking the
gonna call
animals.
animal control on my pet, and I'm gonna show them the papers. This mine. What you talking about? This is my cat. I don't know why they keep calling y'all this microchip. Stay the fuck up out my business, sir. Please stay the fuck
You
up out
right
my
though.
business.
They can do whatever they
Yo,
want to do.
hey, and
Yeah.
But
that's what's happening. People are doing exactly whatever they want to do.
But you
You
know
know what
what
I'm
I've
saying?
been telling people a lot lately is I can only observe who you are and choose to partake in you. That's it. I can't.
I step you up.
I
I
can't
can
change
observe
you.
who you are and trust you are being who you're gonna be.
Right.
And
I'm
if I
taking it to the
choose to,
next level. I'm trusting that. Oh,
and
that's
if
what I
I see
observed,
that,
and that's who you gonna be. Gotcha.
and
Until I
right,
So,
see
and if you
something
see that,
different, that's
you
who
see,
you are.
so
then
what do y'all
now
think
you
about
choose to
people that? What do y'all think about people that's actually going ahead and traumatizing people like that are traumatized already as a
So you
conscious
saying,
purpose?
what is it? What is it? What's the saying when one does bad to another does bad to them? I can't remember the name of this. I can't remember
hurt
the saying.
people.
Right.
Not hurt people hurt
No,
people. It's older than that. Uh,
So, what do y'all feel about the person ain't conscious at that point?
oh,
If they
no good
recognize,
deed goes undone.
yeah, there you go.
That's the one. So I don't
Goes
care if
on.
you doing it from a place of goodness and good intention. It doesn't matter how it pans out. The person's mad at you, if they love the hell out of you, none of that matters. It only meant that you brought it from your heart, from your mind and your soul, and you gave it to them as is. This is the way it's supposed. I'm not sugarcoating it. I don't sugarcoat the spirit. If the spirit tell me to tell somebody something, I'm gonna say it just like the spirit told me to say it. I'm not altering it. I'm not putting no sweet voice on it. I ain't doing none of that bullshit. You gonna get it like I got it, so it's genuine.
I know that's right. I know. But I believe that. I think, and this is the thing for me because a lot of people think that you can water down the spirit, but you can't. Like I gotta give it to you
You
in its
delete the
full
truth.
essence.
You dilute the truth. You make the
Yeah,
truth weaker because you trying to add your physical essence. Remember, knowing is not a part of thinking.
yeah.
When you know something, it's an automatic
It's no.
experience. It's not, you don't think about anything. That's
You trying
You
to
gotta
knowing.
add,
breathe. It's an
Right.
automatic experience. So
so you adding
everybody else,
sugar to the water.
you said what?
You adding sugar to the water.
That mean the water not whole. You
There
diluted
you go.
it.
But I'm
There you,
saying
there you
knowing
go.
versus thinking, because to believe, you have to think.
Mm.
Yeah.
But to know,
It's
you don't think.
automatic.
It's
It's
automatic.
automatic. Yeah, it's automatic.
That's why
And you know
breathing is
how something, Jazzy,
automatic.
it's funny. And Miss Desi, we always talk about, y'all too especially, well, how do you know, how do you do things and get to where we're at? The simple stuff that we talk about, knowing is automatic. Okay, so if knowing's automatic, I got to start figuring out a way to get that automatic download without thinking. You see what I'm saying?
I
So you
figured it
start
out.
working on
I'm telling you,
ways to get the download. If you
it's
really
what you
want to be a part
said.
of what you say you want to be a part of, this spiritual thing, this truth thing, this one thing, that's
Mm.
It's
everything.
what you said earlier, and it plays on what you said earlier because to even receive that knowing, what you always what I first learned from you when I met you was when you take a step towards the truth, the step gonna take two steps. The truth gonna
Steps
take two
towards you.
steps
Two
towards
Yeah,
you.
steps
You
towards
towards
you.
you.
understand what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Double your
Hmm.
work.
Once you see the truth, once you understand the truth, you can't undo the truth. You can't unsee the truth. You saw
Can't
what
go
you
back.
saw.
Put those glasses
What you
on.
do is you choose to ignore whatever it is that you was looking at, whatever it is that you seeing. So we make conscious decisions. We'll say it's unconscious, but in the moment you understood why you made that decision. Oh no, I don't
Back.
want to lose this person. I understand what rejection is. So my entire thing with the spirituality, although I have a knowing, I have the innate ability to teach it as well because
Mm.
everybody doesn't understand how to access the knowing that I have without having to learn something or without having to read a book every single time for something to come to me and just be like, oh no, this what you need. And for me to have to go and be like,
Because you're
what's that?
spiritually
And it be
tuned
like,
in.
it really be something. And it be something that you need. And so for me, and this is how I'm able to tell people, I don't care where you're at. I don't care at what point in life, baby, you could be in the mud and I'll walk down from wherever I'm at to come and see about you. You understand what I'm saying? Because mud ain't never bothered me. I done been in the mud
You
before.
got to remember, it's your mind. You've changed your whole thought pattern from being materialistic, looks good, feels good, tastes good, sounds good, smells
Mm-hmm.
good, to the inner you, the
Mm.
infinite and the eternal. So slowly, like you said, you take a step, to take two steps towards you. You do realize that's three steps, right? That's not two, or one, it's three. You take
That
one step towards the spirit takes two steps towards you. That's three
Yeah.
in one
that's
action.
that's an old gospel song too. It's like if you take one step, he'll take two.
Two.
There's no limit to what God can do. It's an
Because
old
once you
gospel
get
song.
that download, it keeps manifesting. This is where the 360 comes in. You start manifesting knowledge 120 degrees, 120 degrees of wisdom, 100 degrees of understanding. Now you've got a cipher 360 degrees in motion of
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Understanding.
That's your foundation.
Okay.
That changes as you go from 480. I don't know if y'all know 480 was that blurry television we used to see before. Before it was 720. Your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding change into evidence, experience, and reason.
You want
So
to
now
know
your
who's?
whole view changes.
You want to know
This is that
something though?
triple stage of darkness. And
You
then
want
the
to?
evidence, experience, and reason, that 720, that clear high definition turns into ultra vision at 1180. Now it's universal
Yeah.
love, deep spiritual insight, and cosmic awareness.
4K.
And
Hey,
those three together
Jazz
represent the
wanted to ask you.
vortex of triple
Jazz wanted
stage
to
of
ask you if
darkness.
you wanted to know something. What was you about to say, Jazz?
one more time. What did Miss Desi?
I was saying you were about to say something. I was asking, what is it that you were wanting to tell us?
Oh yeah, he don't pass it now. It'll come back.
Oh,
It'll come.
Oh,
from,
okay. I know you
oh,
said
okay.
you want to know something. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. But no, I always appreciate you all. I always appreciate the conversation that you all bring, the perspective that you all bring. So and as of course, this is how open my mind is. So I feel like I get confused by a lot of things, like a lot of nuances of people, a lot of things that are like people will tell me like this what the infinite is, and I'm like, but that's not infinite. So like it's that. So to even be able to sit here and just have a conversation amongst like minds who understand, like, if we are infinite people, if we are of an infinite being, then this to sit among like-minded people who know we are of an infinite being, who know that we are
No
of an eternal
essence.
spirituality or interconnectedness or whatever you want to call it. What's the name of your new book?
Cosmic
Cosmic
awareness.
Awareness. We are all a part of that. Something bigger, something greater than everything that you could presume, everything that you think that you can put into a box. So here's something I want you to understand, that it's people who walk with these little boxes in their hand and they call it God. And then it's people who exude who God is or the God that they are in life. And so I appreciate you all for exuding the God that you are.
What does
So
Jazzy
thank you
say?
so.
Faith without action is worthless.
Faith
Yeah, faith without
without
works is dead.
works is dead.
Works. There we go. There we go.
Faith without works is dead.
Faith
It's
without works
dead.
is dead.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
I
and
always
Miss Desi, back to what you said. I don't know if you caught this. Miss Desi was like, "Yeah, love is an action word." I was like, "Oh
It's a
shit,
verb. It's a
it's a
verb.
verb.
Yeah,
It ain't a noun. It's a
yeah.
verb."
it's a
And
verb.
then I went and I connected it. Like, oh shit, forgiving is a verb.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty is a
Yeah.
verb. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Because
forget
it takes
that.
actions. It
All the
takes
higher
action.
emotions that we feel, forgiveness, all that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Compassion
That's
is a
why people be
verb.
so
Empathy is a
self-loving.
verb. It has to be in motion for it to exist. Ain't that
That
some shit?
it has to be moving.
It has to be moving for it to exist. That's a high spiritual lesson right there, bro. Real talk.
Absolutely. I want
Wow.
to talk to you all. You said you're moving your podcast to Saturdays, correct?
Saturdays, yes.
Yeah.
Saturdays.
So
What
I'm
did
gonna
we
have to
say? Did
hop
we
on.
say we were gonna go earlier, like 12,
I'm
or we were gonna
off
keep it around that
on
time?
Saturday,
12, 1 or
Sundays
2.
now. So
Yeah, 12, 1 or
I
2.
got a new schedule. I should be able to check you all out and hop on with you and talk with you a little bit. At least listen,
You,
because
you know where we're
I love
going.
the book you reading. So
Oh my
what you
gosh,
say?
girl. I'm telling you, I read this book, I swear, the book of Enoch, I've read it at least 4 or 5 times. And every time I read it, takes me to a whole nother
Learn
level,
something new,
depending
huh?
on
Or you get a
what I'm
different
seeing.
revelation.
A whole different. Well, I don't know if it's whole different or it's an accumulation. It solidifies. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's why I always say this. Oh, that's what the whole boom boom. It puts everything back into the one circle, the 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the 720 of evidence, experience, and reason, the 1180 of cosmic awareness, infinite love, and deep spiritual insight. It puts the whole vortex. That's the vortex going out, learning more. Then remember, Jazzy, we was talking about the triple stage of darkness going on the
Mhm.
inside.
Right.
Before matter, before energy, before light. I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
before light,
For
before
time,
space,
before space.
before place, before time, before
Mhm.
form, before spirit, before soul. Both of them going in different ways, vortexes, getting bigger, bigger, and better. This shit's
Mhm.
crazy. I mean, the real truth is, whew,
I know
out
what I was
there.
going to say now. I was going
Uh
to say, remember when you was going through the 480, the 720,
oh.
and okay, so back in the day, remember, we used to have black and white TVs. This before your
Facts.
time, Miss Desi.
Facts.
We had black and white TVs,
Black
and then
and 3 channels.
yeah, and then you had the floor model,
Three
which
channels.
everybody had the one big one, the floor
In the
model.
middle of the up.
Sometimes one of the volume went out on one, and you had them stacked on top of another. You had the color picture for the color, and then the black and white one for the volume. And sometimes the volume buttons broke. Then you had to have the pliers and the antenna in the back and every. That's back in the day. So,
What about the
but
beginning of cable with the little slider
slide
box?
box, yeah, with the slide box.
Ah,
But but Miss Desi, the whole thing. What I was gonna say is, even at 480, our vision used to have that small low TV across the room,
it was the
and you
best
can
thing
see
since.
it, and you
Whew,
can see it. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Now we have these
Yeah.
big, large TVs, and sometimes you still have to get up close. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a 55, and I don't have one of 65, 75. I got a 55, and sometimes, but I'm getting older, so I know my vision is changing. But I remember being able to look at a black and white TV across the room and watch basketball games and football games and read the numbers and tell. That's how the frequency has changed, and the and as they upgrade, we upgrade too, but we also lose some. That's what I'm thinking because I remember being able to that TV, it was like 13,
I can't
15,
agree with that
21
one, bro.
inches.
My vision is getting better.
Mine's not.
Mine is getting better.
But I got
But
cataracts anyways though, so
oh,
but
see,
you know
I
what
ain't
I'm
got no
saying?
cataracts. I ain't.
But
You got to remember, I'm always basing everything off the main principle as health. How
no,
can I be as healthy as I can be? The only reason I do that is because my dad was 87, and the last 27 years was a tough 27 years. He was in and out of the hospital, things of that nature. And I was young. I was probably still in my 12, 13, 14. No, 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 no. Well, yeah, well, I was still young when he first started going through it. And I remember maybe I'm traumatized. Shit, I might be. I always remember if I'm going to live to be old, I got to be healthy.
no, but
I'm
what
not
what I
going to that goddamn hospital. I
but
got to be healthy.
But check this out. What I wanted to say about that, we was able to see that. Now imagine having to go back to that today. Nobody would be able to see that TV.
Wow, we wouldn't even couldn't see play. Well, guess what? You know why? We didn't know what high def was because there was no
That's
high
because it's
def.
something else. You've been
There was
groomed for
only the
something
blurry
else.
person, which we said, "Oh, it looks enough like him
Like,
that that's him."
and you were able to recognize and everything. But I'm just saying today, just think if technology went in reverse, nobody would be able to see that TV.
Yeah.
No. Well, if cell
I think
phones
you
went out,
would be able to
most
see it.
people would.
I think a lot
It's
of
not
people have
vivid.
tainted vision because they forget of the things that they used to have. I
You're breaking up, Miss Daisy.
Yeah, you broke up.
watch them now. You like, what? We were scared of this. So like,
You're just
and it
breaking
was
up.
like,
We missed some of it, Miss Des. You broke
okay,
up.
it's
You
okay. I got really, really bad signal, and my signal keep getting worse and worse as the podcast goes along. So,
right.
but I am going to end it here. I do thank you all for coming on to the immersive experience and chopping it up with me tonight. I've enjoyed this conversation immensely. As always, you all always enlighten me. Would you like to have any exit words tonight?
Jazzy.
Oh, I was going to. Well, hey, it's always a pleasure. Um, I wanted to ask one question though, Miss Desi, before you go. Could you could you get the information that Mental put in our text group? I
I
couldn't
got the
get it
last video that he sent. I didn't get the first two videos. So the last one he sent about how we used to stay in,
today.
like how black people were everything, everybody, everywhere, on every continent. Up, they walked from one continent. I got that. I
Did you
saw
get the
that.
one with Bobby Hemmett and the other one? I couldn't. It
Bobby
wouldn't play
Hemmett,
for me.
I didn't get that one, and the other one I couldn't see. It kept taking me to a bunch of different
Just
videos.
somebody else.
However,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah, I
wanted to
didn't
know
get
what
that
those
one.
were about, but we'll do it on another time because he said they were
Yeah,
fire. I
we'll
just
have
was
to. But mental, you got any last words?
Not really. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. If you ain't getting better, you getting worse. If you ain't moving forward, you're falling behind. All
this is
right.
true.
The spiritual gifts are being poured. This is another thing I said, Jazzy. I thought this one was a good one. The spiritual gifts are being poured, and niggas got their umbrellas up. I don't know what to tell you. All right.
It's raining.
They
It's
think
raining.
it's raining, nigga. It ain't rain, bro. It's not rain. Okay. This is how fucked up we are. We don't know what's good for us anymore.
Right,
So
right.
we gotta go deep, deep, do a deep dive in self. You gotta be real to yourself. Okay. I know we go through trauma, 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 trauma. That is the spiritual uplifter or the spiritual downfall. If you can get through your trauma, it'll take you to the next level.
Mm.
So
I think we
saying that,
alone.
huh?
I think we alone on her podcast. She ain't here.
Yeah, she just didn't end it. She went off, but she didn't end it.
Oh, okay.
But just saying that, you got to do a deep dive into self. Turn away from everything that looks good, feels good, tastes good, sounds good, smells good. Anything that someone tells you, you got to go into self and find you. Once you find you, go deep down the rabbit hole. You're going to find yourself. First, you're going to find, like Miss Desi said, that higher being. Then, when you keep going deep, you're going to find who you really are. Then
Mm.
you can be the real you. Go ahead, Jasmine.
I want to say mind expansion and defining purpose. Those are the key things that I think everyone should kind of like want to focus on is being able to open your mind and expand your mind beyond what you already been and what you already felt you knew to absorb
And
new
what you think
knowledge.
you knew.
Right,
Because there's
right.
always something bigger and better. I'm a testament. The ceiling, there is
Is no
no
ceiling.
ceiling. It is
Hmm.
infinite and eternal. The shit that we're learning here, the shit that we can even comprehend, can't even fathom to the shit we gonna learn when we come out the meat suit. Can't even fathom.
Hmm.
For me to
So,
talk about it makes no goddamn sense because it wouldn't make sense. Shit, it
mm,
didn't make sense to me for years.
oh,
So
here you go.
I'm
Miss
I
telling
gotta
you,
Desi.
her
bring back
internet.
my phone. Gonna be my phone
All
terrible,
right, well,
y'all.
we gonna let it
Okay,
go.
Miss Desi. Yeah, we
Nah,
we was
y'all
just
was
talking.
talking. I was still watching y'all. I saw y'all.
Okay.
I was like, I got it.
Look, you
Nah,
know how
Yeah,
we do.
nah.
We
yeah.
talk for
Yeah.
hours.
You
Hey,
know
that's my
what?
biggest thing right now, defining purpose. That's what a lot of people I want,
Defining purpose.
purpose. Yeah, going
One of these
inside.
days, I would love to turn my platform into like a overstanding darkness podcast for y'all, so y'all can come on here and do y'all big one on my platform, and that way we can cross exchange and y'all could get more followers and different things like that. Just a way to build audience, build the
Yeah, I'll
viewers.
do that for you.
Yeah,
If you want to go, look, we
Hey,
can go over. If we ain't got to go over the Book of Knowledge, we can. Me and you can, or us can go
we
over
can go back to the
the
old
Metal Netter.
days.
We can go over the Metal Netter.
We can go back
oh,
to the
I'm
old days
definitely
when we
down with
just
the
all
mental
get on.
matter. Hey, listen.
No, I'm
I
just
told
saying,
you.
if that's what y'all want to do, I'll go over any book with you. I got hundreds of books. So whatever book you want to do, whatever you want to talk, if you want to go over necromancy, any of these spiritual books,
I want to do
uh,
Matter Netter.
the Metal Netter is
Look,
deep, bro. That's that shit.
the mental netter is one thing that mental he pushed, and that's why I got the book in the first place. So like, I
That's
And
ended
the
that'll
up
help
that
me
was
get.
the first book that showed how I'm in a world and not
not.
of it.
Yeah, this book
The
it
only
talk
book
about
I really
everything. It
ever
talks
read that
about
kind of said, "Nah,
yeah.
bro, you ain't in this world."
Yeah,
Mhm.
it talk about everything, and but you know what? The
Everything.
crazy thing is the more you read it, and if you are a person who is spiritually tapped in, you'll feel connected to the words that you're reading. It's kind of like this. How I always say, like my spirit left treasures for me to find, obviously, because it's certain things that activate the fuck out of me, and I mean, like I'll be like, what the fuck have I been doing?
Well,
So
shoot, I think one of the best blessings was when they Jazzy and a few others was like when they read my book, they heard it like I was saying it to them.
Mhm.
yeah, that's
That's
how,
your spiritual
and I
gift.
said that on
Don't
my
get it twisted,
podcast.
because
Mhm.
now that
I
means
had
you
you
can
on
really. Oh,
my
go ahead.
your book was on my thing not too long ago. I replayed that podcast where I had your book out and had it on my podcast. So I had told them like I was like it's very easy to understand. And I say it's very easy to understand if your mind open. If you got the knowledge to understand it, it's very easy to understand. I will
Hey,
say it's a
what is
little
your
advanced.
willingness to learn, right?
Yeah, but it's
Boom.
What is your
advanced for those
willingness to learn?
people. It would be advanced for those people who don't have that knowledge already. But if you do, if you are some in there, and if you are looking and seeking for something, you can really take his book and you can learn a lot and it break it down. But you got to be willing to do the work to
But
get
it's
the
one of those
knowledge out of it.
continual processes. All I'm doing is
Yeah,
outlining. This is how you categorize where you are spiritually, where you are consciously,
yeah.
how you
Y'all
view the
want
world.
it
I'm
ain't a
just
CJ run
categorizing it.
type
You
book.
apply those the categories to yourself. Then boom, you break yourself down. The problem of it is you have to be true to
To
yourself. You
yourself.
can't
That's
sit there
right.
and lie to yourself about this shit. It
Mhm.
is what it is. If you're
Mhm.
not there, you're just not there. And some people will close the book and throw it on the shelf because you're trying to do too much, ask too much. Blah, blah. I ain't trying to do nothing.
That's what they be saying. They always ask me. That's the first question they ask me. Why you want to know? Why you want to know the details? Why I gotta? I can't just give you a summary. And I asked them. The first thing I asked this person was, I said, "How often have summaries worked for you?" And they was like,
Uh oh.
"Never." I was like, "So why you
Uh
want to
oh.
give me a summary?
Uh
You're
oh.
not able to walk through what you the fact. I want you to walk through the bullshit you telling me. Fuck you talking about. Walk through your own
Don't send
bullshit.
me through the
Hey,
summary.
that's
Yeah,
what you call the
you hear
blind
me?
leading the blind right there.
Yeah,
Facts.
It's-
no."
Facts.
It be just
So
that.
Facts.
But I appreciate y'all so much. We
yeah,
gonna chop it up about coming on here and turning this into an overstanding darkness podcast for y'all and everything like that. Cause I would love to put that out there, put that knowledge out there, just talk a little bit, and get on some deeper subjects of self-development.
let's do the
Hey,
Matter Netter. That'll get
right.
me
I'm
Let's
get
telling
my
you. Because what
get.
the mental netter do, it will spark other spiritual conversations.
it
Mhm.
sure will. It'll spark a lot of them.
Because I'm gonna pass like look, we ain't gonna read the introductions and all the left brain, right brain science of now. We gonna go straight to the
Yeah.
meat. We
Okay.
get
Okay.
straight to the
Well,
meat.
I'm down with that. Make sure
Okay.
y'all
So
read the
it'll
introduction. I got a link and everything, but thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. If y'all free on Saturday, make sure y'all tune in to Overstanding Darkness or Call Talk. hosted by Mental and Jazzy, and they talking to you. I mean, they spitting some real occult knowledge, occult science to you. So make sure you
You
tune
can
in.
stand it.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Immersive Experience. We have enjoyed you immensely tonight, and we hope to see you here Sunday. Have a
All
good
right,
night.
love y'all. Peace.
Peace.